All right, so we're going to go over packing this box. This box is set up with 2 tubes per participant. Doesn't matter which the 2 tubes are, but they're 2 tubes to a participant. So here's 1, here's 2, 3, 4 participants, 5 participants, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My 11th one, which I took out of the box, there's my 11th one, 12th, 13th, and I can fill this up. I know that this is a box if it was full of 20 people. This happens to be 13. What we want to do is verify we have not misplaced our paperwork or our blood tubes. Sometimes this participant could have been put in a box, but there's an extra blood tube floating around, and this should have been 3 participants, or 3 tubes to the participant. So we're going to go back over and look at it again before we pack it and put it in the little box. We've got 302, 302. This one should have had a 3rd tube. So now I should take this out, put this aside. Here's my problem box. Put it inside my problem box. Find that blood tube, then we can put it back in the other box. We're going to go through. There's 059. Got 2 check marks. Here's 2 check marks. The next participant, 296. There's 296. Flip it over, verify. Right tubes, right form, right quantity. Each one of these we want to go through and verify so that we're not missing anything. If we send this back and everything's mixed up, somebody back at Quest literally gets to play bingo to find each one of these parts. This has all been checked and verified. We want to take the paperwork, have it done, set aside. We're going to take a Ziploc bag, open it up, fold the bag over, it'll knock out some of the air, then turn around and seal it. And here's our paperwork outside of the bag. If for some reason we put it in the bag and lost one of these stoppers, these are going to get contaminated with blood. We always need to keep them outside of the box. So we're going to take our box of blood, put it in our little box. We're going to take our paperwork and we're going to fold that over, put it on top. And again, this box has 13 participants in it. It's been checked and verified. We're going to seal it up. We can already have this pre-written to the site name, the date. And this is my first box or last box of the site, let's say, because it's not completely full. We're going to number box 1, box 2, box 3. If we haven't had anybody come by and pick up blood, at the end of the fair, we've got everything open, maybe we're a small site, we can actually fill the of out and find out how many little boxes we have. This is helpful in the event that a courier had come by and picked up blood. The end of the fair, they come by and pick up some more blood, and we write down that we have 24 little boxes. And all of a sudden, Quest is going, wait a minute, I've got 1 through 6, and I've got 12 through 24. Where is 6 through 11? We need to find those boxes. So that way it's a little more beneficial for Quest. It gives them something to look for. Could be left on the dock or still in the courier's van or something like that. Site name, the date, and box. First box is box 1, leave the of blank. At the end, if we have that known knowledge of how many boxes we'd have, 24 boxes, we can put the last couple 22 of 24, 23 of 24. We will take these little boxes and put it in a larger box where we can actually set 6 boxes into a larger box. This one little box will go into a bag with a chuck sitting on the bottom, draped over the box. Tie that bag up, seal the box with tape, and then on the outside of that large box, there's also going to be site information. Fill that out. Large box will be box 1 of how many ever large boxes we have. If you're able to do and separate the online forms from the handwritten forms, put online on the box, and we can separate the online in little boxes and big boxes. You can also put a number on this, which I highly recommend for the lab supervisor. Put a number, how many participants, this was 13, and circle it. So now I put it in a large box, and before I seal up that large box, I'm counting all the blood tubes to account for how many tubes of blood I have that we're sending in. Remember, if a courier comes by, as a lab supervisor, it's your responsibility to make sure you know how many blood tubes are in there that are being sent off with the courier. I always tell all my centrifuge people that if somebody comes in, Quest or not, they cannot take the blood until they've confirmed it with the lab supervisor, so that we understand how many bloods are actually being sent out. So for those sites that have RA, we actually want to have the RA bloods packed separately. So this, with all the other RAs, we're going to start adding them together, putting them in. This would be a box of 40, just RAs. Once we pack it up and Ziploc it, paperwork on the outside, on that little box, we want to write down RA. This stuff is actually being separated and sent to a different location. It just helps out Quest in the process.